Hi, everyone. I'm Jake Seid, co-founder, general partner at Ballistic Ventures, and have with me Nadav, co-founder and CEO of Oligo. And we're really excited to announce today his closing of a 50 million Series B financing. We led the A round and have worked closely with Nadav for some time now, and really wanted to talk about what Oligo does, why it matters, why it's received so much enthusiasm from the investor community and the customer community. And with that, Nadav, let me turn it over to you. Tell us, what does Oligo do and why does it matter?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Jake. So Oligo is leading the runtime application security movement and focusing on ADR, which is application detection response. Basically, what that means is that we provide our customers the assurance that all the applications they use that can be built in-house or from outside vendor, they're all protected against intrusions. And the reason is that when we founded the company, we saw that today every organization is basically their business is based on their software, and they're spending so much time and money and effort on trying to protect them, but in the end, they're not really secured. And the reason is that the legacy approaches of trying to just scan the code and fix all of the vulnerabilities or trying to protect the app from the outside, they're not really suitable for the modern software. And by the way, this is true today even more than it used to be 3 years ago when we founded the company. And that's why we decided, we understood that there has to be a different approach. And we invented a new type of application security solution, which what it does, it monitors the app while it's running. And it can see, without any access to the code, we can see the libraries that are there, but more important, the libraries that are actually being used and executed. And even deeper than that, the actual functions that are running and how they behave. And we call it this ability, the deep app inspection. And actually that solves many use cases for security. It can start with once you know which libraries and which functions are actually being used, you know your true application poster. So it's not just the theoretical shift left approach where you have theoretically millions of vulnerabilities. Now you know which 5% are actually relevant for your environment, which ones are loaded and running. So that's the first part, really helping organizations fix the risk that matters the most. But it's only the beginning, because once we see how each and every code component behaves, we can actually understand how they're supposed to behave, and as a result, how they're not supposed to behave. And therefore, whenever a library tries to deviate, do something it's not supposed to be doing, we can understand right away there is an attack, even if it's 0-day. And actually, we can catch these attackers when they're still trying to open the door. So we don't wait, for already something bad to happen and only then find out there is an attacker like the rest of the approaches. We are very proactive, and once they even try to open the door, we can catch them and stop that once it starts. And this is something that never existed before, not for application security, but not for also for any kind of runtime security.
There's a variety of people who talk about runtime security. There's obviously a variety of people who talk about securing code. What do you view as kind of the main difference in innovation that you're bringing to the market?
Yeah, so Oligo is based on two main breakthroughs. The first one is a technological one, is the way we monitor the application. So as I mentioned, we don't need any access to the code, but also we don't insert any new code. So in a very non-intrusive way, we can monitor the execution status of each library and function and each piece of code. So if you're a security professional, let's say like an AppSec engineer or developer, this dramatically simplifies your life, because suddenly you know your true posture. But that's only the first one. The second one is the approach we take for security, which is profiling. Instead of the app as a whole, we profile each and every code component. And then we create this network effect or the crowd wisdom, where we monitor enough libraries in enough environment for enough time. And we have this knowledge of how each and every library should behave and also what it should not do. And this is very different than any other detection and response solution out there, because they all look at everything around the application. So it could be network or operating system or users, but none of them sees inside the app. And this is not just theory, by the way. We can actually already prove that we can catch these attacks in 0 days on the applications themselves. One example is a Fortune 100 customer that we have that during the RFP, he was testing so many security solutions and got attacked just during that time. And we were able to prove that Oligo is the only solution that can catch it still as a 0-day. Another example is the Shadow Ray campaign. Their team uncovered and published in the news last year, which was the first ever recorded campaign of attackers trying to attack AI and attacking AI systems around the world for so long, but none of the security solutions could catch that. So to answer your question, Oligo is the combination between the new approach for how we monitor applications combined with our new approach of how we do security.
So Nadav, this is a very unique approach. Talk about why it matters, and also, who this matters for, who your ideal customer profile is.
Yeah, well, today, more than ever, organizations rely on applications and software. So if you want to protect your business, you have to protect the applications that run your business logic, right? And the pace of development is increasing dramatically, and so are the new vulnerabilities. And this is even before starting to talk about the AI-assisted or AI-developed applications, which are going to accelerate it even more. And attackers know that, and that's why they're focusing and targeting on these these app-level vulnerabilities. So for any business that rely on applications to drive their growth, which is today most of the businesses, this is a real problem. But it is not just for the businesses; it's also for the individuals that are doing the day-to-day work. Because this legacy approach of trying to fix everything, stopping everything for every new 0 day, many times it's for no real reason. And actually, our customers call Oligo their weekend saver, because many times we can help them understand what is their true risk and whether they should actually now leave everything and go deal with that. And one cool story that we have is one of our customers, just on his first day of his honeymoon, he got a call for a new 0 day. And he told us just in a few seconds he was able to get back to enjoying his honeymoon because he understood that there is no real risk for them. And actually, his wife was so happy that when they got back, she bought Oligo for her organization as well. So for us, Oligo is helping the businesses, but also the people that are driving the business forward.
And what does the future hold for Oligo?
Yeah, well, we see the ADR disrupting the traditional runtime security approaches like CWPP, similar to what EDR did to the antiviruses, because organizations are tired of this, the legacy approaches that, to be honest, are better at creating the noise versus actually solving the problem, which is protecting the app. And as part of that, the shift left will move from, the gold standard to just being the basic hygiene. But again, it won't be the solution to actually protect applications. And the CADR will be the core component of the security operations of protecting applications in real time. So to put simply, applications are where the businesses is conducted in the modern world, and our future is focused on redefining how organizations secure them.
That's great. One of the things I'd share from the Ballistic perspective, what got us excited when we led the Series A, one of the things we saw is just tremendous value that was created in build time security. But ultimately, runtime is your business. It's what drives your revenue. It's what your customers see. And there was always this desire to protect runtime, but it's always been challenging. And certainly, we saw kind of two why now moments. One was the rise of eBPF as a new architecture that would enable runtime without the trade-offs of the past, but also the rise of open source as kind of the majority of code in every enterprise, just creating tremendous amount of third-party risk. And so, with that, the notion of how do you actually protect runtime without the trade-offs, it was also about, how do you provide more security, but also more enablement for businesses? Because you can't tell engineers to slow down. You can't tell business to slow down while you protect runtime. And that's the thing that we saw Oligo as being, is taking this model from ticket and fix it security to guardrails in production. So you actually deliver more security for the thing that matters, the part of your systems that run your revenue, while also enabling your engineering teams to run faster and business to run faster. And of course, we loved Nadav, his co-founders, and the team who just had tremendous insights into how these important changes in how we build systems can now lead to true runtime protection. So with that, congratulations again, Nadav, to you, the team, on your Series B, and exciting things to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it.